Hi there, I miss you guys. It's Miss Cano, and this is week 6 of working from home. I'm excited to begin another lesson. And this lesson today, guys, is going to be on similes and metaphors. I want you to look at what's on the screen because all you have to do is click on Miss Cano's lesson to get this lesson that I'm giving you right now. And listen to the song. This is a song about similes and metaphors. And there are 2 read alouds, one from the district and one from our librarian. I want you to read both before you do the assignment because both have similes and metaphors in them. Okay, so let's just be reminded that a simile is when you compare 2 things with like, as, or than. So if I'm comparing 2 things, my dog is as big as a house. I'm comparing my dog with my house. That's a simile. A metaphor is when you compare 2 things with is, are, or was. My dog is a house. You see the difference? Okay, you're both comparing, but you're doing it with different words. All right, so let's take a look at my lesson. This is the first poem that I am teaching you with, so you don't do this one. The one that you're going to do for grade is on actual page 6. Page 6. All right. So louder than a clap of thunder by Jack Perlowski. Louder than a clap of thunder. Louder than an eagle screams. Louder than a dragon blunders or a dozen football teams. Louder than a 4-alarmer or a rushing waterfall. Louder than a knight in armor jumping from a 10-foot wall. Louder than an earthquake rumbles, louder than a tidal wave, louder than an ogre grumbles as he stumbles through the cave, louder than a stampeding cattle, louder than a cannon roars, louder than a giant's rattle. That's how loud my father snores. Okay, so here's how it goes. I'm going to click. You just click, literally, where it says click here, that's where you click. You can delete the click here or you can just start typing right away, okay? So I'm going to just delete my click here, and the figurative language that I'm going to talk about today, the poetic device, is I'm going to do a simile. So I'm going to put simile. So I'm going to type in simile, and then it says, I'm just going to tab over. So I'm going to click tab, tab. Oh, it says from the poem. So hold on. I'm going to do a simile. And from the poem, I'm going to do louder than an eagle screams. So I'm going to write louder. I'm going to type it. Than an eagle screams. So you see how I typed it in there? And then it says, what type is it? Well, I've already told you it's a simile. So I'm going to type in simile, or you're going to write it simile. Now I tab over and it says, how does the comparison help the reader? Well, and remember, you got to use the words in the question to help you answer the question. We went over this. So the simile compares his father's snores to an eagle screaming, which means it is really loud. Notice what I did with my words when I typed really loud. I put them in all caps. And because I put them in all caps, that means it's what? Emphasis. So when you're writing this, that's what you want to do. So now I've got to do 3 of them. So let me go over here. So I'm going to click here, and instead of deleting click here, I'm just going to start typing. So I got to find some figurative language. I'm gonna say, or a rushing waterfall. No. Oh, I like the one that said louder. Oh, as he stumbles through the cave, louder than an ogre's grumbles as he stumbles through the cave. Okay, so I'm gonna put louder than an ogre. And goes before a vowels. A E-I-O-N-U. So, and you can't say a ogre. You have to say an ogre. A ogre grumbles. Okay, and it's a simile. So I'm going to write simile. And I'm going to tab over and I'm going to say the simile compares his father's. Notice I'm using that. Again, I'm using what's in the question to help me answer the question. And I'm doing it in a complete sentence. You're going to get a 95 if you write complete sentences on page 6. So this is my lesson. I'll show you what you're going to do next. The simile compares his father's snore to an ogre grumbling, which means it must be very loud. And again, I highlighted in all caps, very loud. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do another one. So here, I'm going to click on this one right here. And I'm going to do, or a dozen football teams. A dozen football teams. And I'm going to misspell that one. And then I'm going to go over here and put simile. I just tabbed over, and I'm going to tab over here. This compares, no, can't say this because it's very vague. He compares his father snoring, I misspelled that one, snoring to a dozen, which is 12, football teams. Okay, so this must mean that his father snores very loud. Notice that I did it different in all 3 ones. I didn't just repeat the same thing. I didn't make my sentences. I said really loud in the first one, very loud in the second one, and in the third one, I made it a whole nother complete sentence. So that's what I want you to do. So now there's my lesson. Now you're going to go to the next couple of poems. This is the one I'm grading. It does not mean that you don't do the other ones. I want you to do the other ones. This is the one you're going to send me a picture of, or if you type it in your Google, like I just did, it automatically sends to me. So you're going to read this poem, A Dog is Running Faster by Ken Nesbitt. You're going to read it, and then you're going to type in the similes and metaphors that you find in this poem. And that's what I'm going to grade. Page 6. All right, this was your reading lesson for week 6.